Boise or Portland, two pretty cool cities, one big decision. If you're planning a move and can't decide between Idaho and Oregon, I'm gonna break down the key differences so you can figure out which one actually fits your life best. What's most important to you when picking a new city? Would it be affordability or outdoor access, maybe the job market or culture? Tell me what's driving your decision in the comments. I'd love to help you think through where your next move might be. When people start to compare Boise to Portland, the first thing that usually comes up is home prices. And surprisingly, they're not that different anymore. As of September 2025, Portland's median home price sits around $518,000. That's up 3.5% year over year. Boise's Ada County is at about $555,000, and Canyon County sits closer to $422,000. So yes, Boise and Portland are pretty similar when it comes to buying a home, but once you look past the purchase price, it's where the difference really starts to show. According to Redfin, the overall cost of living in Portland is about 13% higher than it is in Boise, and 16% higher than the national average. Utilities in Portland cost about 21% more, transportation about 15% more, and healthcare averages 12% more. Here are a few real-life examples I was able to find. So gas is about $4 in Portland versus the $3.50 it's in Boise. And the average monthly energy bill is $189 in Portland versus $140 in Boise. So while you might pay roughly the same for your house, living in that house costs more in Portland. Winner for overall affordability? I think it's Boise. Your money simply goes further once you factor in utilities and transportation and healthcare, not just housing. Next up, let's talk taxes, because this one quietly shapes your entire budget. In Idaho, the state income tax is just under 6%, and property taxes are generally lower than Oregon's. Now, Oregon is famous for having no sales tax, which is great when you're shopping, but here's the trade-off. Oregon's income tax rate climbs to almost 10%, one of the highest in the country, and property taxes are often steeper too. So while Oregon saves you a bit at checkout, Idaho helps you keep more of your paycheck and gives you more predictable long-term costs. Bottom line, if you're focused on long-term savings and stability, Idaho, well, it wins this one too. If you're new to my channel, hi, I'm Erica Toffel, Global Real Estate Advisor with Group 1 Sotheby's International Realty. I specialize in helping you relocate to the Treasure Valley from wherever you're coming from. If you're thinking of making the move, send me a text, write me an email, give me a call. My information is on the screen. And please be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you get notified every time I drop a new video. And if you're watching on your television, you can scan the QR code to contact me directly. Now, for daily content on what's happening around Boise, check out my Instagram at Erica Toffel Real Estate. Lately, I've been getting so many requests for these city comparison videos. And honestly, I love it. It's fun to look at how cities compare because it helps people visualize how Boise stacks up against where they're coming from. I've already done comparisons with Los Angeles and Salt Lake City and Las Vegas, and there are more on the way. But if there's a city you live in or one you're curious about, drop it in the comments and I'll add it to the lineup for upcoming episodes. So now let's talk lifestyle, because Boise and Portland are amazing for people who love the outdoors, just in different ways. Boise has 4 seasons. Spring brings wildflowers in the foothills, and summer means floating the river or biking the greenbelt. Fall offers the crisp golden leaves like what's behind me, and winter is all about skiing at Bogus Basin, which is just 45 minutes from downtown. Everything here feels close, that perfect blend of small city convenience and outdoor freedom. Now, Portland, it has its own beauty. It stays green almost year-round thanks to the rain, and you're about an hour and a half from the Pacific coast. You're near Mount Hood for skiing and close to the Columbia River Gorge for stunning hikes and waterfalls. So both cities deliver incredible outdoor lifestyle, but the vibe is totally different. Boise feels like nature is built into your everyday life, and you can finish work and hit the trail in 10 minutes. Portland offers coast as an option, but usually with a longer drive and a bit more city bustle in between. So the bottom line, Boise, well, it equals small city meets nature. Portland equals some coast and mountain proximity. Culture and community are what really define these two places. Boise moves at a slower, more intentional pace. It's family friendly, it's safe, and it's still small enough that you'll recognize people around town. The art, tech, scene are both growing, and it still feels peaceful, but without forward momentum. Politically, Boise is pretty balanced, which keeps us as a community welcoming and grounded. Now, Portland, on the other hand, is expressive and bold, with huge food scene and craft coffee, live music, and probably murals on every corner. It's creative, it's progressive, it's a big city vibe. Boise tends to attract families, retirees, and remote professionals seeking balance. Portland draws those creative entrepreneurs who love eclectic energy. Boise is about balance and belonging. Portland leans into expression and individuality, which both are great. It just depends on what you're looking for. Full disclosure though, I've never lived in Portland, only visited. So everything I'm sharing here is based on research, data, conversations with local experts. One of the best parts of being in real estate, especially with Sotheby's International Realty, is that we're constantly networking with other advisors across the country. Those relationships lead to honest, behind-the-scenes conversations about our markets, what's working, what's challenging, and what trends we're seeing. So when I talk about Oregon or Portland specifically and real estate, I'm sharing insights directly from those trusted colleagues who live and work there every day. Let's touch on crime and safety, because this is one of those questions I get time and time again when people are looking at Boise. Now, Portland, it ranks around number 72 for safety, with roughly 720 violent crimes per 100,000 people. Boise, by comparison, sits around 214 with 294 violent crimes per 100,000 people. Beyond the numbers, Portland also faces a visible homelessness challenge. According to travelportland.com, in one county, more than 11,000 people are experiencing homelessness, and over 5,000 are unsheltered. The city has dedicated teams for outreach and cleanup, but the impact is still very visible in certain neighborhoods. Now, Boise isn't immune to these issues, but the scale and visibility are much smaller. So Boise is statistically safer, while Portland's challenges are more urban and visible. Your sense of safety will depend on the neighborhood and the lifestyle that you choose. So let's finish with opportunity, because that's what shapes your future and so many of our choices. Boise continues to grow in tech, in healthcare, education, and construction. Remote work has made a big impact here. People move for the lifestyle and keep jobs across the country. That combination of affordability and flexibility and lifestyle adventure keeps driving growth. Portland has a larger, more established economy, with companies like Nike and Intel and Adidas anchoring their community. It offers more variety on a larger scale, but also more competition and higher costs. So while Portland's economy is mature, Boise's is expanding, with room for real estate appreciation and business development and lifestyle growth. So Portland, it definitely has scale and that corporate network. Boise, it's showing signs of upward mobility and lifestyle balance. Now, as with any comparison, you can find favor or fault with any city, but the objective is to be as informed as possible about where you're moving, so you don't get there and feel like you've made a mistake. It's hard to imagine in today's day and age, with research at our fingertips, that someone would not do their homework, but it happens more than you expect. So start your research early and ask questions, a lot of questions, because making a move is a huge commitment and you don't want to have to do it twice. For more information on Boise and the Greater Treasure Valley, click on one of the other videos on the screen. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next one.